Hey guys, how's it going? Eli here, back with another video where today we're going to be having a very interesting conversation about a lot of Pokemon product items that have really started to increase in value. So without further ado, let's jump into the video before I really explain what I'm talking about. As always, want to get out of the way, we are doing weekly giveaways each and every week. All you have to do to enter is be subscribed to the YouTube channel and then leave a like and comment down below on any of the videos we post each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Of course, since you can comment and like in each video, it allows you for 3 entries. And then on top of that as well, we have 3 winners. So you have 3 ways to enter and then 3 opportunities to win. So you've got pretty high odds of winning. Hopefully, of course, we can get a little bit of a go around because I know there have been some people with bad luck, but I know there have been a lot of people that have really had the opportunity to win. So shout out to you guys who have been so supportive of the channel. And as always, we just hit 2,200 subs. So we've gained around a couple hundred in the past week and a half. So once we hit that 2,500 sub milestone, then we're going to officially be increasing the pack amount from 8 per winner to 12. So a full booster box each and every week. But now jumping into the topic, so actually the first thing I really want to do is for those people that haven't checked out the live stream, yesterday I did a live stream video where I basically did a sit down with Northwoods and I just kind of did a full-on interview of him, asking him questions, and then if there's anything that I either, thought, I wanted a little bit more explanation, I wanted to kind of give him a devil's advocate perspective and give him a little pushback, I would really start to change the direction of, how in which his statements were being phrased. And so basically what I mean by that necessarily is that I feel like, because for those people that did check me out when him and I were on Pokenomics, felt like with that kind of live stream chat, he didn't really get a lot of clarification on what people meant. It really was, a lot of people talking one after another, and it didn't really feel as if we were able to get a full-on discussion with each other. So I wanted to take a little bit of a different approach so I could fully understand what Northwoods was really talking about, sat down, really interviewed him, and got to pick his brain on everything that he had kind of discussed with me on yesterday's live stream. And he had brought up a lot of amazing points on things where I really didn't understand what he meant during the first live stream, and then I got clarification during yesterday's video, and he, really opened up a perspective, in my personal opinion, that I want to share with you guys, and more or less pointing some things out that I think is very, very important that we have this general discussion. So one of the first things I really want to, point out, and like I said, credit goes to him for pointing this stuff out to begin with, is Chilling Reign Elite Trainer Box prices have been on the rise. For the longest time, you saw Chilling Reigns, and we can take a look. Before the longest time, we saw Chilling Reigns booster boxes for sitting around $35, minus dollars. And now you're starting to see it slowly but surely climb up. And the cheapest you can see right now on TCG Player is basically $50 when you're including shipping. So, the prices for these ETBs have slowly but surely started to climb. Sun and Moon Elite Trainer boxes as well. These had obviously a large drop off because for a while there, they had a large amount of them that were being reprinted. And of course, recently you've just started some of them popping up again in, Walmarts and other big box retailers. But it went on an incline and then it kind of slowed down, and it looks like it's going to more than likely continue its incline within the next month or two. So, once again, cheapest there, they're selling for around $50. Fusion Strike Elite Trainer Box is a little bit of a different argument, but if we look at the last month of the set, because obviously, you can't really look at the yearly chart because it's only been out since, pre-orders for back in August, and then it really was released at around this time frame. And so if you take a look at its low, though, currently at around $32, I want to say $31, and then you look at how much it's been climbing in the past month itself, and it's going to around 37, which you might say, well, that's still, below MSRP. But that's not the point that I'm trying to make with that. The point that I'm trying to make with this is a lot of these Elite Trainer boxes in Ultra Modern are gaining value. Of course, most fascinatingly enough, if we take a look at the general chart for battle styles, it's been basically sideways. It's up, then down, then up, then down, then up, then down, then up, then down. Nothing has changed with battle styles, which is, like I said, it's kind of funny to notice that. But if we take out Battle Styles from the consideration, all these sets that haven't gotten reprints. And basically, I mean, Fusion Strike more or less hasn't had a reprint for Elite Trainer boxes in over a while, and Chilling Reign even later than that. Chilling Reign, it has been, at least since I want to say November or, October since we've had Chilling Reign product, because there was a delay for that Chilling Reign wave of Wave 2 product for the Elite Trainer boxes and Wave 3 for the booster boxes. So it's just fascinating to really see for those people that, of course, have been holding on to Elite Trainer boxes as a long-term form of investment, and those people that have been picking up a lot of the Sun and Moon base Elite Trainer boxes as well. You're starting to finally gain some returns after holding this product for several months at the least. So it's just something that I felt should be pointed out. Now, of course, the real question now is, what are these implications going to mean on the general market for either ETBs or these specific products? So as far as it goes with the Sun and Moon base items, I think that, of course, as long as they're in big box retailers, you'll see a little bit of suppression of growth. You'll see the growth continue over time as they start to, be less common in the stores. But ultimately speaking, once they have left big box retailers, I think it's kind of just all upside from here, with, of course, a little bit of, stagnant growth in times of which, the Pokemon market demand diminishes or decreases at certain points. Because obviously, it's not just straight up, it's just up and then a little down and then up and then a little down and so on. As long as it's going more up than it is down, then that's something that's very important to consider. Chilling Reign, on the other hand, I would say has a little bit of a different argument to be made, and I kind of want to give a little bit of a breakdown with that. So with Chilling Reign specifically, and I've talked about this many times, and I'm going to reiterate it as well for those people that are new to the YouTube channel. When it comes to how the Pokemon Company likes to do things, they like to typically do reprints right before cards are about to go out of rotation for their competitive standard format. So obviously, we just saw a huge amount of reprints for Darkness Ablaze, Shining Fates, and then confirmed Vivid Voltage is going to be coming in May. So these 3 Elite Trainer boxes, of course, typically it's booster boxes, which we saw those back at the end of last year. So Elite Trainer boxes were a little bit of a surprise, but we now know the sense of direction that the Pokemon Company is kind of going, still, on route for, hey, they like to do a bunch of reprints right before it's competitively viable. Or it's no longer competitively viable. And so with that being said, Chilling Reign is not part of that, D, it's part of that E standard rotation. And so the current standard format, for those people that don't know, is if a card has a symbol bottom left of it that says D or bottom left that says E, then that means it's in standard. After the Worlds in August 2022, it will no longer be DE, it will be EF. And then after 2023, it will be FG. So as far as it goes right now, Chilling Reign, being part of that E group, is still about a year and a half away from being out of rotation. So what I think the best kind of, personal opinion that I would have, because I myself have a couple items of Chilling Reign as well, so I'm going to be taking this, similar approach. Of course, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but as you guys are very much aware, when it comes to my YouTube channel, I like to give you guys a big heads up notice whenever a product is about to get reprinted. So I do expect there, if we are looking at historically what the Pokemon Company has done, I do expect there to be a possibility in which you could see Chilling Reign Elite Trainer boxes basically get a reprint within the next year or so, which is a weird conversation to have, considering the fact of the matter that Chilling Reign for the longest time was a set that just, after it got its last reprint, hasn't really done well in overall performance. But of course, as we've talked about many times before, Elite Trainer boxes, historically speaking, have tended to outperform booster boxes. And so while the booster boxes are not anywhere near MSRP, the Elite Trainer boxes are above MSRP. So it's definitely something where I think my personal general strategy is, once I do hear word of, hey, there's expected to be a reprint, then personally speaking, I would probably, once it's officially confirmed, start offloading my product. Because even if, let's say, we have an issue with Vivid Voltage, where you saw at first there was going to be a reprint and then there wasn't going to be a reprint and then the reprint was confirmed. Let's say that it had never gone through and Vivid Voltage ended up not getting that reprint and it was canceled. If you look at just the general price of it all, we still haven't gotten the reprint, and it's already dropped 30% from its high. And so that goes to show you that the news itself still plays into the factoring of the price. Of course, the ultimate price will eventually, in my personal opinion, go down to 40 below. I was going to say 40 to 50 is a good price to buy, but I mean, if we're looking at what Darkness Ablaze is doing right now, I mean, you can literally buy it on TCG Player out of all prices or places for around $38. And look at how many people are selling for. I mean, this is a large amount. And I know some other places like for those people that follow Pokemon TCG Saver on Instagram, there's this one channel called Castle TCG Castle or something like that, and I think they're selling them for $34. So it's like some places are literally struggling to sell Darkness Ablaze Elite Trainer boxes because of how big of a print this was. So I expect it to be the same basically for Vivid Voltage. Now, of course, leading into the next topic of, all right, so once again, like I said, the general prediction of when this Chilling Reign ETB reprint is more than likely going to happen, but of course we could 100% be wrong. What happens if it doesn't happen? Then at that point, you just keep holding on to it. Because as long as there's not going to be reprint, I mean, it's going to more than likely just continuously over time, grow in value without a real huge drop off. And so it's literally just play the wave. Of course, you just keep riding the wave. Oh, we hear there's a reprint. Sell everything before it crashes. Oh, guess what? It ended up being a fake reprint, but hey, it dropped 30%. You can still get in at a lower dollar cost average with profit that you can then use, since you sold at the top, to get in at a lower price and actually double down by adding more to your overall, return on investment in product. So of course you don't have to do that, because hopefully we don't play this wishy-washy game with Vivid Voltage like we do if Chilling Reign does get an ETB reprint. But that's kind of what my personal general approach is going to be in regards to Chilling Reign. Now the next items for discussion as well is, what about Battle Styles? I mean, Battle Styles in and of itself, they've done absolutely nothing. They've just been going straight up sideways forever. And I mean, Battle Styles Elite Trainer boxes, I think we did have our last, we haven't had Battle Styles ETB reprints forever. And I mean, like, going back to this chart, this is a chart of, back in, 2 months of, 2 months in the future of last year. So this is June 2021. So hopefully that made sense. I mean, the price on these items just hasn't moved, and we haven't really seen a real reprint for these items in forever. So do I personally think you could see opportunity to be made in regards to the prices on the Battle Style Elite Trainer boxes? I mean, yes, because if you look at the actual price chart compared to what some of the lowest listed items are, I mean, you're talking about $38.12, so it's slightly below MSRP. So if you did happen to buy at $28, $30, then you still, technically speaking, are in the profit. Of course, then you have to calculate, the fees that will come with you selling it if you do sell on TCG Player or whatever other places you do tend to sell. But let's just say you're selling it off-site in cash, then obviously you're still in the profit. So I would take a very similar strategic approach. And then for those people that basically say to themselves, okay, Eli, well, it looks like the value of Chilling Reign's ETBs are going up. It looks like the value of Battle Styles ETBs are going up. Should I start to finally get in? Personally speaking, and of course this is just my personal opinion, if you're going to get into any of these Elite Trainer boxes, I would say I would prefer, do I want to take the risk with Battle Styles? Not really, to be quite honest with you. I mean, you can say they've been going sideways forever and they're more than likely going to retain value over time. So you could make an argument because Battle Styles is cheaper, but to be quite frankly honest with you, I would actually prefer to get Fusion Strike Elite Trainer boxes over the two of these, because Chilling Reign, if you want to, you can get in at above MSRP. If you can get below MSRP, great, that's awesome. You got in at a good opportunity, and more than likely these prices are going to continue to go up until a reprint. But I see a lot more opportunity right now with Fusion Strike, not just because the fact of the matter that Fusion Strike is technically a part of these three other items that have also started to slowly climb in value. I mean, you can see right here, cheapest you can buy it for is $37, and the low point was around $32, $33. But I believe that in regards to Fusion Strike items, that they also are going to hold a little bit of a premium because they do have that Mew art design on it. And that's a great conversation as well that we had yesterday with Northwoods, and we can take a look at this as well with the Pokemon Center exclusive. Don't know why I was doing that in the search, but if we also look at the Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs as well, you can see that for the Fusion Strikes, they haven't really done much. I mean, they've been really sitting at that kind of, you know, they went low and then up and then up. So technically you can make an argument that they have been going up over time, but look at the past month. I mean, the value of these has kind of been flat. And I think the design on these are way better than the standard. And of course, as the arguments that I've made many times before, I am a lot bigger fan of the Pokemon Center exclusives compared to the just general standard. So who knows, ultimately at the end of the day, if we are going to be expecting a reprint for those items anytime in the near future as well. I know there's been, speculatively speaking, the expectation that we should receive one for Fusion Strike, at least booster boxes, within this year, basically because it is still a extremely competitively viable set. But ultimately speaking, it's still very, very cheap to get the booster box prices. And obviously now that, you know, the TCG Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs are out of stock, there is a general expectation that they will go up in value over time, as long as we don't have a reprint, which we haven't seen that with Pokemon Center ETB so far. But once again, want to bring back the conversation that I actually had with Northwoods, and I feel like this is a good argument to have, because people are going to be saying, well, Eli, we're talking about Elite Trainer boxes, but what about booster boxes? What if I want to get in booster boxes? Well, I feel like my kind of, and I can also give you guys a list of what my ranking would be for times to get in. I would say that if you're talking about priority for which of the ETBs to get in, personally, I would probably say, you know, you can still get in the Fusion Strike premiums from the Pokemon Center. I still think that that's probably highest priority. Sure, you're paying a premium for it right now, but you could probably find it for $60, $65 on a different site. And to be quite frank with you, I think paying that $10 to $15 premium is probably going to be worth it at this point. There could be a reprint. It's very unlikely at this point, but that's probably what I'd rank. Then the standard Fusion is what I'd rank after that. Then probably Battle Styles and probably Chilling Reign, which is crazy to think about, but I wouldn't be surprised if you probably go grab Battle Styles for still around $35 on another site. Chilling Reign, on the other hand, I mean, you saw it's $45. If you can get it below $40, then we can put Chilling above Battle Styles. That's kind of going to be my ranking for a lot of these items that are technically still part of that E-Wave rotation. And we'll just play the waves. That's going to be the system. You just, you know, take a look at the opportunities of what you think you can get for the cheapest price, and then you just hold it until that reprint happens. When you hear the news from this channel or another channel, reprints are happening, that's when you really start to talk about going off and selling, because you best be believing they're going to be hitting that $40 price point based on what we've seen with the reprints that have happened within the past, you know, couple months. But going back to the kind of discussion with booster boxes. Okay, Eli, which one would you prefer in regards to booster boxes? So one of the arguments that Northwood was making, because I wanted to give a little pushback about what he was saying to really clarify on what he meant by this. But I've been saying a lot on my channel that I believe that Chilling Reign will not perform as well as Fusion Strike long term, because Fusion Strike does have those more desirable characters in them. I said it has obviously the Espeon, the Gengar, it's got the Mew VMAX, it's got the Mew V, the other Mew VMAX. But once you really go below this, I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only real other item that people really care about, in my personal opinion, is going to be that Celebi. So you're really talking about top 6 cards. If you want to say the VMAX and the, you know, V Full Arts, you could make an argument for that, but I would say, generally speaking, it's just these top 6 cards that people are really going to be chasing within this set. But of course, as I've mentioned before, these are all favorite character cards. And so I believed, or I still believe, of course, you know, we'll get to that point later in the video, that basically these items or these cards are going to hold a lot of strength in the market, because if we look historically speaking, a set such as Phantom Forces was a set that was specifically built around Gengar, and obviously you have that Silver Dialga, which is going to hold that premium. But if you really tell me that hey, this is one of the highest performing XY era sets, but there's nothing really special other than it has that kind of Gengar. Do you really think that this is a set that should be as expensive as it is, other than it's being held by the character value that is Gengar? Now, the pushback that Northwood gave to me, or I should say more of, kind of the explanation of why he thinks that it's not going to be the same with Fusion, is because he believes that in regards to the kind of size of the standard sets for Ultra Modern, aka Sword and Shield era, if you have a set that has basically a very few amount of large hits, sure, you can say the character rares are going to help the set itself, but they aren't, unless they're a anchor character rare, say something like a Charizard, say something like a Pikachu, then it's not going to give the full kind of strength. And the only reason why that you saw that happen differently in the XY era is because XY sets were so much smaller. And so the overall pull rates were a lot more condensed into these top kind of pulls. And so pulling a Gengar was more likely, since there was such a variety of pulling in Gengars versus this. So there's like 30 other alternate arts and secret rares and so on and so forth that you can pull in this set. So it makes it not only a lot harder, but then it feels like you're pulling these other cards that are literally just rainbows and, freaking gold cards and alternate arts that are garbage. I mean, no one wants to pull a Greedent. No one wants to pull a Sandaconda. If you do, I'm sorry. I'm being disrespectful right now. But at the end of the day, it's like these are cards that are just not exciting to pull. So I feel as if that argument that he made is, a pretty solid argument. And his, of course, opinion for Chilling Reign was that he believed Chilling Reign was going to perform a lot better because even though it doesn't have the same level of, value in the individual cards themselves, aka the strength of the character cards, he still believes, Blaziken's a strong card. Even though it's a Galarian version, it's Moltres, and the art design, I do agree, is very pretty. Obviously, Snorlax is still one of those cards. And even if you take, these cards into consideration, not being the most, fan favorite of them, if you look at the value of these cards and these art designs have still performed a lot stronger than the general Fusion Strike cards in and of themselves. I mean, we can take a look right now and say, okay, let's go back and see to ourselves what cards have performed the best in regards to on the first page of this set. All right, so you've got, the general 5, and then once you start hitting to below these cards, you've got the Inteleon, you've got the Celebi and the Mew, and they're going for around their $20 price point, which of course, I would say specifically with the Gengar and the Mew, they do hold competitively viable value. So there's going to be a little bit of a difference in that compared to Chilling Reign. But if we do go back and take a look at Chilling Reign, we can see that in regards to the overall value of the cards themselves, it's not a big of a difference, but you're talking about, the Mew was around right here, and that was around $28. You're seeing about $35. All these cards were in, kind of the low 20s at this point. This is in the 30s, this is in the high 20s, mid 20s. So it's like, it's not a massive difference, but once you get to the second page, the drop off in value of the cards is so much more drastic. I mean, we can just, do the math in our heads right now. $20, $20, almost 20, almost 20, almost 20. We go back to Fusion Strike and we just go to the second page. We can see, whoopsie, didn't mean to click on the Gengar. And here we can also go back and, but yeah, look, this is page 2, guys. This is page 2. $13.50, $14 if you want to round like I did with the other page. $13, $12.50. So the drop off from page 2 in Chilling Reign is, a little bit above $20, and then the drop off for Fusion is like $7, $8 below that, which if you want to do the math, that's almost a 50% drop off. So you do have cards in Chilling Reign that you're actually going to gain more value from, because even if you were to say, you're wanting to pull, an alternate art in this set, you could still pull a Greedent, which is worth almost $13. You could pull a Sandaconda, which is worth $6.60. And that's just an absolute disappointment. If you pull either of those cards, you're just walking away ultimately extremely sad. Versus when you talk about Chilling Reign and we take a look at the value of the alternate art cards in and of themselves, just looking in this set, the least valuable alternate art card that you're going to be getting is that Tornadius for $17.50. And of course, we can go and see maybe there's another one that we're missing later on another page, but no, it's $17.50 for that Tornadius card. So you're ultimately going to have a lot better value when opening up Chilling Reign booster boxes than you are currently speaking in regards to if you were to open Fusion Strike. Chilling Reign is about around the same price as Fusion Strike. I think you can still get it for secondhand as low as $84, $86. So from just an opening value, there is an argument to be made that you could make more off of the alternate art, so on and so forth, because just the value of the cards themselves. Now, where it becomes a little bit different of a conversation is, okay, can you say the same thing about the trainers? Personally speaking, probably not. I mean, if you look at the value of these trainers for those people that are wanting to open just to resell and try and make up their money for not big of hits, when you take a look at the trainer cards in the general set of Fusion Strike, there is a reason why a lot of these general VMAX cards are worth more, kind of like the trainers themselves, because they are used in the competitively standard format and are, you know, very strong cards to say the least. So so there's an argument that Northwood made. I think he makes up a great point. I think it's very understandable why he thinks Chilling Reign will perform well in the long term. However, one thing I do want to say, personally speaking, is I would like to still hold my reserves in regards to completely ruling out Fusion Strike. As we've talked about a lot on this channel, I'm very diversified. I think it's smart to be diversified. If you want to go half and half with Fusion and Chilling Reign, I don't think that's a bad play by any means, because as far as it goes, there could be potentially, you know, although he does make a strong case, you know, as far as it goes, we can't really look back at a time in history where we can truly compare, you know, the Gengar, the Mew, the Espeon, and say to themselves, all right, are these sets going to anchor or not anchor? Because usually the sets have a lot more in them. And so this is going to be a lot different of kind of a conversation in the future, because we haven't had sets this large that only have such a kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Just basically such a smaller pool for such a larger set when it comes to trying to get those hit rates, even if they are character rares. So I think there's an argument to be made on both sides, but it's something that I would personally still continue, and it was compelling enough of an argument for me to want to go pick up some more booster boxes of Chilling Reigns, personally speaking. One thing I will say though, and we did discuss this as well, he does personally believe that in regards to the Elite Trainer boxes, that the Fusion Strike ones are going to perform better, because that's where he believes the kind of value of the character is going to hold stronger. Because when you think of booster boxes, of course you can hold the booster box for a long-term investment, but obviously the designs on the Elite Trainer boxes are way more displayable than the booster boxes in and of themselves, and so you're going to have a lot stronger of a value with the Mew compared to, you know, the Ice Rider cards, even though of course they're going up now, but they've been out of rotation, or I shouldn't say out of rotation, so sorry about that, out of the most recent print, before if we potentially do get a reprint, longer than Fusion Strike has. And so, and he also agrees with me as well, he likes that kind of off coloring of the Mew. So there is a value to be seen when in regards to the ETBs for Fusion over Chilling Reign, you know, more than likely, of course. So, but these are just things I felt as if would be a good conversation to discuss today. So, because a lot of the times we really talk about, you know, potential reprints happening and how that's going to affect the market. We talk about what's going on with reprints, and obviously I've been focused a lot on the most recent three, but I don't want to get lost in, you know, the point of, hey, there's still some other older product that has started to climb in value, and we don't want to, you know, kind of let that go unnoticed, because that's really going to show you what could potentially lead into the future of potential reprints for some older product, even in that kind of E-wave once we're looking at past August, leading into 2023 competitive. And so on and so forth. But as far as it goes, just kind of giving my main points and wrap up of the video. Obviously, we've seen some value in a lot of these Elite Trainer boxes going up in price. Of the ones that we've seen gain the most value so far, it has been the Chilling Reign booster boxes. They have seen the most value. And then second, fourth, we've started to see a bottoming effect within Fusion Strike. You've seen the value of that really go up within the past couple of months. And then Battle Styles looks like it's been going stagnant, but actually has gone up a little bit. And then Sun and Moon Elite Trainer boxes have also gone up. as I've talked about before, if we're talking about the items that are currently in print, what am I kind of ranking, personally speaking, for best ones to get in? I still think if you can get Fusion Strike, Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs, that's going to be your go-to. Then I would say Fusion Strike after that. Then probably Chilling Reign, and then probably Battle Styles. But only if Chilling Reign you can get at a good price compared to Battle Styles, because more than likely it's going to perform better than Battle Styles, in my personal opinion, of course. Next part, of course, is having the conversation, reiterating what I said with Northwoods. There's an argument to be made that Chilling Reign could perform better than Fusion Strike, based on the fact that a lot of the character rares in the set are on average more expensive, and there's more pulls that you could get than Fusion, even though Fusion has a stronger set of kind of characters within it. Since there's so much more condensed into a small group, it's going to hurt it more, since the more ultra modern sets are larger than, say, comparing it to a set such as Phantom Forces, that although it did have the Gengar, it was a lot smaller of a set, so it wasn't as if it was completely condensed into a small amount of pulls compared to the size of the set. Whereas with Chilling Reign, obviously there's a big set, but also there's a large pool of pulls that you're still going to be able to have. And then finally, argument, of course, in regards to the Elite Trainer boxes, when it comes to Fusion Strike ETBs and comparing it to Chilling Reign. The reason why I think Fusion is a better pickup is because, one, and Northwoods agreed with me on this, Fusion has a better art design compared to Chilling Reign, because it still has, you know, the value of that character when comparing it to booster boxes, which are more for opening, and Elite Trainer boxes are more for displaying, even though you can display booster boxes, but they're just a lot more displayable with ETBs. And then two, as well, you're able to get it in at a lower price point right now, whereas Chilling Reign has, you know, really started to increase in value, and Fusion Strike is still below MSRP at most places. But as far as it goes, that is all I have for today's video. Hopefully you guys all found this well. As always, make sure to leave a like and comment down below, and be subscribed to the YouTube channel if you do want to enter into our weekly giveaways. We post content each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that's, you know, when we do our giveaways are on Monday. So you literally have an opportunity by entering in, by leaving a comment and liking on any of the 3 videos you post. And then on top of that as well, we have 3 winners we announce on Mondays. And so you have 3 opportunities to enter, and then 3 opportunities to win. And then once we hit 2,500 subs, it's going to go from 8 brilliant star packs to 12. So it's really exciting. Can't thank you guys enough for the continued support and growth of the channel. But until then, I will see you guys on Sunday, where we'll be starting our new schedule, where every single Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to be opening new older break packs and booster boxes each and every Sunday. So make sure, if you want to participate in that, you can go check it out on our site, or if you just want to tune in and just join the fun, it's going to be another opportunity for those people to ask questions on the live stream while I go through and open some Unified Minds booster packs. So that's going to be super exciting. We'll make sure to change it up each and every week. So, but like I said before, I will see you guys on Sunday. Peace.